Welcome to our practice. Welcome. My name is Tianna. This is Yoga with Tianna. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And we're going to do a traditional kind of flow today, our vinyasa flow. So get your mat, get everything you need so that we can get ready to get on our mat. But of course, we must pick our intention word. So when picking our intention word, I had them yesterday was shift. And today, let's see what we got. I hope you're feeling okay. I tell you, I woke up kind of like my body was like talking to me today. So we're going to work through that live. All right, so let's pick an intention word. Let's pick a good one. Let's see. Maybe this one? I don't know. All right. Ooh, oh, goodness. I tell you, a lot of times these words are definitely on point, and this one is the same. All right, so let's get this word. Today's intention word, and I'm going to put away shift. Today's intention word is awareness. Now, one, bringing that awareness to your body and that awareness to your space. I definitely have that awareness in my body today. So, awareness is the intention word. I tell you, it's one that you're going to want to definitely like put it in there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and readjust one thing, just one. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our mat. We're first going to, of course, just allow our bodies to soften, bring ourselves to some stillness. One, just being thankful that we woke up this morning. Not everybody got that wake up call. So just bring in some awareness right there. And then allowing yourself to just simply be. Just allowing your body to just simply be in this moment. So I encourage you to just allow your body to relax here in this moment. And we're going to take that off. We're going to just allow it to play. And there we go. Take an inhale in and exhale out. Take an inhale in and gently exhale out. Maybe you want to do this open mouth. Inhale in, and let's just swoosh out all the air. Because when we start yoga, we start it with the breath. So prana, breath, is what we want to focus on in the beginning. So that's the foundation, how we get our practice going. Let's root it down in the prana, in the breath. So we're going to take a few moments just to really get our breath going. Get that awareness of your breath. So inhale, breathe in, and let's breathe in to the point where we're at that capacity. We hold, and then we exhale, we release. Let everything soften. Inhale, breathe in. Allow your chest to rise. Hold. Exhale, release. Soften your chest, shoulders. Let's take that one more time. Inhale in. Holding at the top, and exhale, release. Very nice. Let's start to bring our chin towards our chest. Slowly, of course, being aware of your body. And then gently bringing the chin up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our chin over towards the right side, my left, your right. Take the chin towards the shoulder. Lifting through the chest, sitting up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down. I'm going to take the chin back up towards the ceiling and then over towards the opposite shoulder. And back up to center. And take the chin back to neutral to roll out our shoulders. Oof. bringing that awareness to your body and maybe what your body can do today. Sometimes it wakes up and it's just like, okay, I want to be a little bit more, those muscles a little bit more tight than they were the day before. And let's roll it forward. Very nice. We're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to press our palms together as we slowly begin to raise the arms up overhead. Lift up through the chest. Breathe. Maybe you can take that gaze up towards the hands. Slowly stretching your muscles. Relaxing your shoulders. Gazing up. And if it feels good, maybe we start to slowly bring those hands a little bit behind us. Start stretching out the shoulders and the back of the arms. And slowly we're going to lower our hands back down. Nice and slow. Very nice. Let's release. Let's shake it out. Shake our hands out as if they were wet. We're going to bring our hands over to the side. Look behind you. Gentle twist. And let's twist to the opposite side. Bringing those hands around. Look behind you. All right, let's come forward. We're going to come forward onto our tabletop position. So we're going to take our hands, stack them right underneath of our shoulders, stack those knees right underneath of your hips. Maybe give those hips a little rock from side to side. Now, if you're on a surface that may be a little bit hard, feel free to place something underneath of your knees. Let's protect our knees. And as we start to bring those hips around in a circle, we start to press into the fingertips. Just getting our body prepared for our potential sun salutation that we're going to have. Maybe you want to modify, and that's okay. But start to bring those hips around in a circle. We move the shoulders, press into the fingertips, light on our wrist. Let's pause. Let's go the opposite way. Bring it around. And let's pause. Let's take our child's pose. Take your knees out nice and wide, big toes to touch. Let's go ahead and walk those hands out in front to where it's comfortable. Relax the forehead. Take a full cycle of breath. Walk the hands over towards that top right corner of your mat. Maybe stop stacking left over right. Breathe. Walk the hands back to center and over to the opposite side. Stack that right over left. Gently bring it back to center. Let's gaze towards the hands. Let's start to come forward. We're going to start to set up for our sun salutations. Tuck your toes. Shift the weight back into the heels. Gentle toe stretch here. Now, if you'd like to take those sun salutations, we're going to first start with our downward facing dog. So shift the weight forward. Come up onto your balls of your feet. Bring those knees up. Let's pedal our feet. Bending one knee at a time, nice and slow. Press into the fingertips, shift the weight back towards the heels. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and bring it to stillness. Whenever you're ready, feel free to continue to pedal if that feels good to you. Hanging out here in our downward facing dog. We're feeling that extension in our bodies from our fingertips, shoulders, our upper back, our lower back through the hips, the back of the legs, all the way down towards our heels. Let's slowly walk our hands back towards our feet. We're in our forward fold. Belly is on the thighs. Very generous bend into our knees. Relax your head. Let's give it a sway from side to side. And let's slowly curl up, one vertebrae at a time. That head is going to come up last. Let's bring those arms up overhead. Maybe take the hands to touch overhead. Press the hips forward. On that exhale, let's bring the hands down. Let's come back to the beginning of our mat, the top of our mat. We're going to do those sun salutations. So while you're ready, let's rock it out just a little bit. Sometimes we got to wake our bodies up. All right. We're going to come to our mountain pose. You can take those feet together or apart. Hands are down by our side. Our gaze, our dristi is forward. Inhale, we're going to bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, we hinge forward, hinge at the hip. Bring the hands, head down, belly on the thigh, forward fold. Let's take our flat back right here. You can take the hands down or take them to the shin or maybe onto a block. Drawing the navel in. Let's come back to that forward fold. Placing your hands down, let's come back into that tabletop position. Now you're welcome to flow through however it feels good for you, but we're going to start it off nice and slow. So we start off in our tabletop position. Feel free to take a downward facing dog from here, or if you'd like to come down, bringing your belly onto the mat, you're going to extend those legs out behind you, lower down. Taking the elbows towards the ribs, slowly lift through the head. We're going to untuck those toes behind us. Lift through the head, that gaze and dristi point is forward. Lower down, tuck our toes. We're going to shift that weight back and tuck our toes and come to our downward facing dog. So here we all meet. Feel free, you can pedal your feet. Walk the gaze from the toes up towards the belly, tucking your chin into your chest. And you can take your forward fold front or back of the mat, whatever feels good to you. So I'm going to go ahead and walk mine forward. On that inhale, I'm going to rise all the way up. I'm going to go right back into it. Exhale, forward fold. Take a flat back. Plant the hand, step it back. We're going to flow it out again. You can push directly back to your downward facing dog, or maybe you'd like to take a plank or knees down. Lower yourself down. Let's bring the chest up, head up. Lower the body down. Transition back to your downward facing dog. Breathe. Gaze forward. Come to your forward fold. On that inhale, let's rise all the way up. Exhale, going right back into it, our forward fold. Let's take our flat back. Plant the hands. Let's lower down. You flow it out again, however that feels good to you. Again, you can take a plank if that feels good. You can lower down to chaturanga. You can lower your body all the way down. You can lift up, and let's push back to our downward facing dog where we all meet. Breathe. Gazing towards the hands. Let's come to our forward fold, front or back of the mat. Inhale, let's bring it all the way up. Let's do one more just like that. Forward fold, bring it down. Remember your breathing. Let's take our flat back. Plant the hands, we're gonna step it back and flow it out. Again, we flow however you'd like to flow until we get to our downward facing dog. So again, you can just push back. We're going to begin to bring that right foot forward. So however you'd like to get that right foot forward, you can come down onto your knee. You can bring that foot through, or you can bring that leg up, whatever feels good to you. So we're going to come off of that back leg, pivot the back foot. Let's sweep the arm up. We're in our warrior one. Breathe. Bend into your front knee. Now remember, I said we're going to do our sun salutation flow. Exhale, we're going to open out warrior two. Breathe. Keeping that gaze, that drishti right over that front ring finger. Very nice. Nice strong pose. Bend into your front knee. On that exhale, let's windmill our hands down. Let's step it back and we flow it out. And if you don't want to flow, feel free to just step back to downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing with the opposite leg. So same thing, opposite leg. Again, you can always come down. You can bring that foot through, whatever feels good to you. We're going to come off of that back foot, pivot that foot 45 degrees. We're on that pinky toe edge of the back foot, front toes tracking forward, bring it up. Bend into your front knee. You got this. On that exhale, let's open up. Breathe. Keep that drishti point. You got this. On that exhale, let's windmill those hands down. We're going to step it back. Again, you can step back the way you came in, just like this. However that feels good to you. And we're going to flow it out. So again, you can come down, lift through the chest, bring it up, upward facing dog here, and then tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath. Feel that shift towards the heels, that opening in the hips. Let's go ahead and bring the feet together at the top. We're going to sit down, a little squat as we sit in our chair. Now you can take those hands together, whatever feels good to you. Let's have a seat in our chair. Little squat action here. As you squat, we're going to bring that hip down just a little bit more to your comfort level. Get into it. Start to feel that heat activate. On that exhale, let's come out, forward fold. Take our flat back. Plant the hands. Let's step right back into it. We flow it out however you'd like to flow. Again, you can take plank or push back directly to downward facing dog. We're going to bring that right foot forward. So however you'd like to get the right foot forward. Again, you can lift the leg up or you can bring that knee down like I showed before. Bring it through. Pivot the back foot. Take it up. Yes. Remember that knee is tracking right over that big toe. Let's open it out, warrior two. Reverse the warrior, feel that stretch up. Breathe. On that exhale, let's windmill those hands down. We're not gonna flow fully through. This time we're gonna come back to our downward facing dog because we wanna go to the opposite leg. So again, however you'd like to get that leg through, to bring that left leg to the front, you can. We're gonna bring that foot through. And if you'd like to even walk it up like this, you can. Pivot that back foot. Let's come up, warrior two on the opposite side. Breathe. Let's up. This was warrior one. Now warrior two. Bend into that front knee. You got this. We're feeling that expansion of the hips. Let's reverse. Open up that front body. Let's windmill our hands down. Let's step it back and let's come to our child's pose. Breathe. Let's gently walk the hands back up towards our body. Nice and slow. We're sitting on our knees. Breathe here. Feel that tension in maybe even the top of the legs, right? Those quads may be calling your name. And let's shift over to one side. Come onto your bottom. We're going to bring those feet forward. Flexing our toes back towards our body. Pointing those toes down. Flexing the toes and pointing the toes down. Very nice. Now let's start to come onto our back. Now I'm going to spin around to come onto my back. Let's come all the way down. Let's hug our knees into our chest. Give it a rock from side to side. Now you may notice any stiffness in the hips, especially if you do a lot of sitting. I encourage you to maybe hold on one side. Just allow your body to feel that stretch. And then maybe come to the other side and give it a little hold. At that same time, coming back to the breath, softening your hips so you can feel those knees begin to pull towards the chest. Let's slowly come back to center. We're going to take our feet down with our feet flat, toes tracking forward. We're going to cross one leg over the other. Nice figure four cross here. Now feel free. You can stay just like this if this is the stretch, or maybe begin to bring that knee that's down, bring it in towards the chest. So you're welcome to bring those hands out, maybe even goalpost arms if that feels good. Or maybe you can thread the hands through, grab the back of the leg. Flex that top foot. Breathe. So keeping that knee in towards the chest, we're going to remove our arms. Let that foot fall over towards the side of the body. Crossing that leg. Look away from your knees. We begin to feel this stretch along the hips, the lower back. Maybe that shoulder comes down, maybe it doesn't. Listen to your body. Bring that awareness towards your body. I want you to take 2 more full cycles of breath here in this posture. Really want you to get the full benefit of the stretch. And on that next exhale, let's bring the knee back to center. We're going to uncross the legs. Give it a gentle windshield wiper from left to right. As we set up for the opposite side, crossing the opposite leg over. And again, you can hug that knee towards the chest, bring it in, flex the top foot, or maybe even thread those hands under, behind the thigh, bring it in, breathe. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. We're feeling that stretch completely on our side body. And then release the hands. Again, maybe you take the hands to goalpost arms. However you'd like to do it, let's let that foot fall over to the opposite side. Look away from your knees. Relax your shoulders. Again, you want to give yourself the full stretch here. So feel free, even stretch out your arm or goalpost your arm. Release the tension in the hip. Let's take 2 more full cycles of breath. On that exhale, let's come back to center. Uncrossing the legs, giving it a windshield wiper rock from side to side. We're going to hug those knees back into our chest. Hug them in, hug them in. Give it a rock. Let's extend one leg up towards the ceiling. So extend one leg up, flex the toe back. Point the toe up. And flex the toe. Rotate that ankle around. Rotate the opposite direction. And let's put a bend into that knee. As we do the same thing on the opposite leg, let's flex the toe back towards our body as we extend it overhead. Point the toe up. Flex the toe back. And point the toe up. And let's rotate the ankle around. And rotate the opposite direction. And let's bend both knees to the chest. Hug it in. Let's see if you can hug it in as tight as you can, even grabbing those arms. Maybe even grabbing all the way towards your elbows. Release the tension on that lower back as we bring those knees in a little bit closer. And feel free, if knees together is too much, feel free to take those knees apart and bring them in. Readjust whatever's needed for you. Very nice. We're going to begin to bring both feet overhead, flexing our toes back. And we're going to bring those arms up overhead. So maybe they're interlaced. Maybe you bring them overhead. Breathe. Maybe they hover off the ground. Maybe they're on the ground. Relax the shoulders. We're going to flex those feet towards our body. Zip our knees up together. So soles of the feet are up towards the ceiling. Sides of the feet are together. Knees and thighs together. Let's begin to gently lower the feet down. Let's unflex the toes. Let's lower 1 inch at a time, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow with our arms overhead. Maybe our body starts to shake. That's okay. Keep going. You got this. And lower all the way down. Relax the feet. We're going to release the arms, bring them down by our side, and allow your body to relax here. So maybe you take one hand to heart and one hand to belly, or maybe you take whatever little posture that maybe feels good to your body. So as you bring that awareness to your body, maybe notice what your body needs in this instance. So maybe it's a tree pose on your back, or a happy baby, plow, whatever's in your practice. I want you to do whatever feels good to you. We're going to take about 3 more breaths here. I'm going to take a butterfly pose in my 3 breaths. It's allowing my inner thighs and hips to soften. And slowly beginning to come out of this posture as we set up for our last pose, our Shavasana. You can bring those feet out in front of you, or if maybe you'd like to take a little uh, tension off of the lower back, you can bend those knees. You can bring those knees together. Allow your body to soften. Release the tension on the toes and your knees. Want to release the lower back, slightly tilting our pelvis to where our lower back is on the mat and in contact as much as possible without force. Allow the breath, the prana, to release the tension in your body. Soften the toes and the fingers. Melt your shoulders down and into the mat. Gently unclench your jaw as you surrender your head and soften your gaze or lower your lids, releasing that tension in the middle of your eyes. I want you to take another 2 breaths here until we just allow our bodies to drift into the stillness. Just for a few breaths, and I'll let you know when we come back. I'm right here with you. And as we bring that awareness back into our bodies and back into the space, wiggle your fingers and your toes. We're going to hug our knee into our chest one at a time. Gently rolling over to one comfortable side. Cradle your head. We're going to use that top hand to gently push ourselves up into a comfortable position, to a comfortable seat, whatever feels good to you. We're going to take those hands to heart center with our thumbs to our chest. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today. Thanking your body for showing up and supporting you in the practice today. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. I want you to take this energy with you off the mat and share it with others, because energy is infectious and we want to share the good stuff. Until next time, namaste. All right. Oof. How was that practice for you? How was it? Ah, I tell you, it's so nice to practice on the mat. And what I really needed today was yoga. I tell you, I woke up and I was like, something is just off. And so I feel a lot better, of course, after the practice. So I thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. All right. Let's see. Let's see who we have. Hello, hello, hello. What happened? There we go. I see that we have Twitch, my moderator. Thank you so much. I did not set my smartwatch. I forgot completely. So I know that those things happen. I definitely see that my moderator was at work. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Hate Comes with the Plate. Thank you to Michael. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I thank you so much, John. Thank you so much for being a part of the practice. Whew, today was like it was challenging, definitely. I told you my body is like, I woke up, maybe I slept wrong, and that happens. So when your body is challenged, again, we bring that awareness, right? We bring that awareness, which was the intention word, awareness. We go ahead and back to that awareness in our body. So I thank you so much for being a part of the practice. If you enjoyed it, give it the thumbs up, and I cannot wait to practice with you again. All right, until next time, I will see you later, all right? Peace. Thank you so much.